Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the City of Healing, where the city resides within. This is your sister, Senator Angela. Wanted to come forth and just do a brief share. Some may call it a Skywatcher update, but I want to just do a brief talk about, magic and the talk of the aliens and the mothership, things like that. I know some people say, oh my goodness, the weird talk, whatever. But, some people talk about magic and the meaning of it. Some people consider it evil. But if you look at the definition of magic and you decide for yourself what it means, but magic spells fantasy life um, is something that's an everyday thing, really. It's kind of natural that we don't really think about, is what we have been conditioned to think is evil. We give the word magic, that's probably not even the real word for it. We give the word of witches, which is probably not even the word for it. They give the name witch, I feel, to people or a woman that can manipulate nature or speak positive affirmation for positive outcomes that suit them. But, if you look at different people, different businesses, they basically do the same thing. They put certain sigils or good luck symbols in their job places. Certain companies make certain lotions and potions and say, hey, I put this and this together and it's going to do this for you. That's a spell. That's magic. Magic, I feel, is sort of like making bread. Some people don't eat bread. Some people don't want to make bread. But bread has certain recipes or certain steps in the recipe that you have to do in order for the bread to come out right. Sometimes people are just gifted just to know how to make bread and it comes out perfect. Some people, it's passed down in your bloodline and you just get the recipe. Some people have to pay people to teach them how to do it, or ask for permission to use it. So that's magic, in my opinion, as well as what some may call and put negative connotations to what a witch is or what a warlock is, etc., etc. Names have certain magical powers as well. You put a certain name on a product, you're going to sell it, and even on people. I know when I first started this channel, I named it my spiritual name, and one of my spiritual teachers, she's like, oh, you better take that down really quick. And I did so in urgency, because I didn't think she was looking at my channel. So my channel was actually named something else in the beginning, but she's like, no, because that's going to draw what you don't want. Unfortunately, it wasn't taken down in time enough, so I reaped some of those negative benefits, but eventually, I got over it. But that was a lesson learned, because your name, whether you know it or not, tells you a lot about yourself, as well as your date of birth. My name is Angela, and my birthday is 11/8. 11, is a gateway, and 8 is infinity, gateway to infinity. So, you can be your own alchemist and basically manipulate, speak positive affirmations. People pray. What is prayer? Some people, like your preacher, have those powerful voices or that energy to invoke certain energies to do certain things that you need them to do. But, if a wise woman, which is what a witch is, and not necessarily bad, because there are some good, mediocre, and bad witches as well, just like there are people, you know. So, to say all of that about magic, magic has definitely several layers to it. Some people, do magic tricks, and some people want to disclaim that and say, hey, that's not what that is. That's trickery, they foolery. They playing with the TV or the, edit or whatever. That's not really magic. But of course, to someone else that doesn't know any better, they would consider it magic. Talking on, YouTube now, talking on the phone, these iPhones back in the 1800s, that would have been considered witchery or magic, right? If you think about it, it would have. So that's just a little bit about magic, in my opinion. It doesn't have to be anyone else's truth, just my opinion. The mothership. I mentioned on one of my Skywatcher updates, probably about 3 weeks ago, about the mothership. I was like, we don't really have to worry about anything unless, we see the mothership. But the mothership, we ain't going to have time. The real mothership, you're not really going to have time to really talk about the mothership, the true mothership. When I first heard about the Pentagon talking about the mothership, I was like, oh, that's interesting, because I just mentioned that. So I go outside. It was nighttime, because that's when the energy is most high. You can actually look up and just feel the energy, and there was no difference. So whatever mothership they're talking about it's always been there for quite some time. It's nothing new. There's nothing new under the sun. I was thinking, and I had a thought process also, and someone else had mentioned it, and I've mentioned it before in other videos a long time ago, that we shouldn't be surprised that when the aliens do come, or the mothership do come, that what walks out is robots. So will we be surprised if civilization started with a robot? But, it's just a thought. I don't feel that there is a new alien type species. Like I mentioned before, aliens have been here. They don't necessarily look like what you see on ET. They may just look like you and me or others. It's possible that we can get some things that, coming up that we haven't seen before, or even imagine what aliens would look like. Aliens indeed are definitely real, and I've heard someone talking about they were deep in their thought process, and I admire that said that aliens are demons. I was like, wow, that's interesting. So what is a demon really? Just think about what is a demon. But we have, on this plane, and you look around, people that do demonic work, that hurt people, that hurt civilizations, and would we not call them demons? Wherein aliens, if you get a visit from one, has done no harm to you or me. And if they wanted to, they would. So what really is demonic about an alien? But of course, if you do get a type of encounter or visit from an alien, you definitely, and they have to be honest, you have to ask, who are they and what's their purpose? And however you feel, if you decide that you want to communicate with them, then you move forward like that. Anyway, I just wanted to come forth and just talk a little bit of metaphysics, which I haven't done in a while. But, everything I've talked about on this channel, everything that I live by is still staying true. About health-wise, I've shared some of that. Metaphysics-wise, I still share that. My little shenanigans with wearing clothes, which I know is totally physical, but it's fun to do. I mean, why not? We're here now. We can't be totally spiritual. We got plenty of time for that. So while we in these meat suits, we can play a little bit. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for visiting the city, and I hope that y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.